How's it, guys? Welcome back. Okay, next video. This was actually my wife's idea and I thought it was a good idea. Let's see. I never rehearse my videos, so this is going to be literally pouring out of my head as we think of these ideas. I'm saying we because in my head I'm talking to you guys and then the ideas jump in. So what I want to do on this video, I've actually got my whiteboard marker. We're going to see if this works. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to chuck it to the side and talk. But this is what I want to do. What is the best way to go about your systems, starting from a very small budget to a moderately more budget to what I call a medium-sized cinema? Or let's do it this way. We will do, this is going to be in South African rands, guys, because I don't know, the dollar and the rand prices are not the same. You guys can sort of work it back, but it's going to be different for all countries. So bear with me, guys. South African rand for the South African boys. Yeah. So in South Africa, I would say 30K is where you can start off with a entry system. And not entry like your Sony, Hi-Fi Corporation, Sony, cheapy Mogongo systems. Those things are crap. If you have those, it's not a sound system. It's not a sound system. Get yourself a proper sound system, and in 30K, we can start you off there. So let's draw that line down. Now, next up, I would say let's double that, and we go to 60K. 60K now can get you, this will be like your lounge starting off a nice little system. 60K will be when you've decided you want to do a little upgrade to that system, or maybe you just skip this step entirely and you go there. It all depends on what you can do. And once again, guys, don't let budget deter you. Start off where you can, where you feel comfortable. Don't let anybody force you. Don't let a salesman force you into buying the more expensive stuff. If you like this, you like it. It's your system. Enjoy it. Later, if you want to upgrade, like I always say, keep your packaging, all that stuff. Take care of your kits. If you do, you put it back in. Some guys don't do trade-ins. I do. Some dealers do. If you bought from me, I would trade it in, bring it back. I will give you a good trading value and we can get you into the next thing. Or you might like the system and you just want to add on one or two things. We will touch on what you can add on shortly. After this, we go to what I would call a entry cinema setup. For this, I would say 100 to 120K. That will give you a nice entry cinema setup. After that, we go 300K. Now this will get you into a nice cinema setup, medium type level, but still very, very nice. On either of these two, you will not be disappointed. But if you are a big audiophile and you like huge explosions to knock you off your couch, this one's not going to do it. You'll need to go here. Then, lastly, my all-time favorite, proper cinema. Ster-Kinekor, new metro in your house. This you will require 500K to 1 bar. So this is all that we're going to touch on now. I'm not going to go much further than this. I just want to see if the screen is actually glaring what I'm writing. Can you guys see? Yeah, looks like you guys can see. I hope it's going to be clear enough. But okay, 500K to 1 bar. That is mostly where most of my cinemas end up. You can go more, guys. You can go more, but I'm not going to touch on that now because that is ultra elite. You can go 3 bar, you can go 5 bar, you can go 10 bar if you want. But I operate in this area. This for me is where I feel comfortable, and I sort of sell my clients what I would use. If you do want to have a more extravagant cinema, yes, we can do it. But your increments become minuscule. So I'll jump you into what you can expect on these systems. So let's say here, we can start you off here. Let's say a Denon. I'm just going to sort of abbreviate it. So we're going to say Denon 660. Memory serve, these are around 13k, and all of these prices are going to be recommended retail as new. So 13k, I'm going to use my calculator for most of these little math things so I don't make mistakes. So if we take our 13k, we minus our 13k, what do we have left? We have 17k left. What can we do here? And again, this is not rehearsed, I'm thinking as we're going. What can we do here to have a nice system? Off the bat, I would think Bentley 120 system or 150 system. I'm going to put the P there for package. And these will set you back around 24 and 29. Okay, so these now let's take, I'll edit this later, but yeah, you can look at round about 20. No, we can't. Damn, I'm not going to be able to fit those into a 30k budget. Okay, let's do a Bentley 100p for around 10k. Then that leaves us just enough money for a subwoofer, which we can do a Polk HTS 10 or 12, but the 10 is less expensive. So that will be about 9. Okay, obviously guys, when you do packages like these, your dealers will do a package discount for you. You will get a better price. So I can guarantee you that you will get into the 30k budget. You don't need very expensive cables here. Cables you can get away, might even be able to add it into the deal for you, but I would say another 2k for cables. I know it looks like we're going over budget now, but I promise you your dealer will be able to squeeze this all into a nice package for you, because also they don't just want to sell you a Denon or just want to sell you a speaker set. They would much rather sell you the full package and get you into a price, lessen the margins, but get you a nice deal, definitely. If you can up this by another 5k, I would say for another 5k, we got 5 there, you can now, well, how can we upgrade this? It would be lovely to get 2 subs in here, but yeah, 2 subs on an entry setup, it's not going to quit it. I'm not going to get there. So maybe on the 5k we can up the sub to a 12-inch and maybe put some ceiling speakers in, although this unit can't do Atmos, so you're stuck on the 5. So I think 30k is going to be there, but this is not including your TV, guys. So if you're going to be going TV, that depends. I mean, Samsungs you can get for 9k. OLEDs, this will be Samsung. OLED will be 30k. So yeah, if you factor your TV in here, you're going to be going to about 60k in any case. But let's leave the TV out of it. We're talking sound systems now. Although here we will be adding projectors. So that is what makes the price jump so big, because it's actually added in. So if you do factor in the cost of your TV, I'm guessing you can sort of get into the projector setup. Yeah. But okay. How do we up this? Okay, so how I would up this, I would immediately jump to a Denon 3800, the new one, or a 2800, although this, if money allows, we might need to up this budget slightly, but that's, the 38 is where I would go. Or, not that I'm Denon biased, we can go Morne as well. But it's not going to fit the budgets. No, let's leave Morne out of the budget cinemas, because a Morne Cinema 50 already kicks that budget in the backside. So okay, so let's stick with the Denons. These units are going to set you back around 30k. For this one, you can get in around 25k. Again, guys, I'm just getting these prices out of my head, what I remember from memory. I might be slightly off. Speakers now. Wait, let's just jump back here quickly so I don't look Bentley biased. Any small system here will do. You might have to up it a little bit, but like a small monitor audio mass system, that already comes with a sub, so that can work. Any of your small systems, the Miller and Crystal, that is also 32. Oh no, that's 32k by itself again, so you can't go there. You'll have to shop around, but you can get them. You can get them in your Bowers, the small ones, or the monitors. You will be able to fit those in. But okay, back to this one. So here we can now look at something bigger. We can look, I'm not going to go brands now because they're all priced more or less the same. So let's just call them a floor standing setup. So floor standing speaker setup, you can look 20 to 30. So okay, you might be going over again, but you can lessen on the receivers. But you can get a floor standing speaker setup. Sub here, I would stay with the same. I might go HTS 12 at about 10k. So where are we now? Let me just quickly math this up and see if we can get into this budget. 30 plus, let's round it off to 25 plus 10. Yeah, 65. We more or less there. Guys, so don't keep me to this. I'm just sort of ballparking it. So let's call this 60 to 70. So there you can get into a nice setup. Again, you'll have to see TV or projector. What do you want there? So you can decide. That will get you there. What can you expect out of both of these cinemas? On this cinema, the beginning one, don't expect too much. The bass will be there. It's got to be good bass. The surrounds, all the details are going to be there. If you're coming from like a Sony entry system to this, or an LG or a Samsung, those entry soundbar systems to this, big difference already. You will have dedicated surrounds. You're going to have the intricacies and the detail. It's going to be a much more enveloping system. I'm getting goosebumps already talking about it because I know when I started off, doing this jump was huge. And that is where the bug bites you. That is where it really gets under the skin and you start thinking, what can better give you? Doing this jump to this jump might not be such a big jump. The money jump, you'll be expecting double the sound, but you won't really be getting double the sound. On bass, you can expect more bass, more tactileness. Now you can start feeling that bass. Your fronts and centers, your vocals are going to be more pronounced. Your music is going to be more there in your face in the moment. Surrounds, much of a muchness, but yeah, you can now start adding Atmos. My handwriting is terrible, guys. I shouldn't have been a doctor. Anyways, you can start adding Atmos and DTSX there. That makes a big difference. Yeah, you'll have heights that will be dedicated. That already for me makes this a tick. Yes, please. Now, this is where it starts getting interesting. Now we are upping to an entry cinema setup. So first thing on an entry cinema setup, again, I'll be using the same 3800 because it allows us 9 channels of amplification and 11 when adding a power amp. But on this budget, we won't be able to add a power amp, so let's take it away as soon as I put it there. Okay, so what will we do here? It's a cinema setup, so you don't really need to go for huge floor standing speakers. You can go for bookshelf setup and have more subs. So let's say, let's do a 5 on the floor. So let's do 5 sets. Being good sets, we can do this for about 30k. We can do this for about 30k, and now that gives us 60. Now we can add 2 subs, so you can either add one SVS SVS or DN12 from Definitive Tech for around about 20 to 30k, or you can add two HDS12s. Sure, that's a hard one. Two HDS12s or one of the biggest subs. It depends what you want to do. Always two subs over one sub. Always, always, always. So if you're not going to be doing two subs later, get two times HTS12. But if you're going to be adding more subs down the line as money allows, and that's already in your head, then get one of those and later add two of those. Two of those, absolutely epic, you won't go wrong. So what else do we need here? We can add a projector. So I'm just going to say project. And projector entry, you can do about 30k. So, Mr. Math, where are we? Can we afford this system? We are at 30k. We are, let's do another 30 there. No, we can, let's do the two HDSs. So 30, two of those, 20, 30, 30. Yes, we are there. We are at 110k. Bang on the money. So what can you expect from this system? The first thing you'll expect, projector, 100, 120 inch, huge. TV cannot get there. You'll have to have some control over your lights, block out blinds, or if it's a dedicated space, still block out blinds or no windows with an air conditioner. That's not factored into this cost. This will just be for your kits, audio, visual. That only comes into the later ones where the price goes up. So first thing's going to be the image. It's huge, it's cinematic, it is engulfing, it's amazing, it will blow your mind. Then the sound. The sound's going to be better. You'll have the same amplification. Oh, we need 4 height speakers. So again, this goes here times 4. You'll have proper Atmos, 4 speakers. Sound's going to be coming from everywhere. It's going to be absolute pristine detail. And you'll have 2 subs. Either 2 in the front, or my favorite, 1 there, 1 in the rear that kicks the chair a bit. You'll start feeling the bass. You'll feel the rumble of an engine. You'll feel the explosion all around you thumping on your chest. That is what you can get here. Now we go to the all-important cinemas. Okay, so on this one, now we can start really playing. So now we need to up our receiver game. Now we will use something like a Denon or Marantz. So let's say Denon 8.5, or we can use Marantz 8015, or the new ones will be Cinema 40. So these receivers are going to knock you back around 100k. So as you can already see, your entire budget here is just going into the brains and the hearts of the system. So what do we have left now? Now we can go cinema setup, which would be THX. My all-time favorite. Nothing beats a THX cinema experience. What is THX? These are speakers that have been designed for a cinema. Proper cinema, ultra low distortion, insane high output, designed for a cinema. So they're not looking speakers like these. They designed to be behind the screen, on a wall. The surrounds are at an angle, bipole, tripole. What does that mean? At an angle, you get straight. Bipole plays to 2 directions. Tripole plays towards you and 2 more directions, being single, bi, or tri. That is what it means. So a THX system, those will knock you back anything 25 to 30,000 Rand per speaker. So again, you can subtract and take, you don't need to go as high on the surrounds. So let's say front stage, I'll make another 9 here again, front, 100k, actually a bit less, we can get in there at 90k. 90k. And again, guys, your experts will be able to do bundle deals for you. But 90k for the fronts. On the surrounds, what I like to do here is you don't need to go as insane. If you can afford the THX surrounds, by all means do it, but they are going to knock you back around the same price, which is expensive for surrounds. But you can get away cheaper at about, let's say, 8 to 10,000 Rand per surround. So let's work on 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So we can be, for surrounds, we can be in around 30 to 40k. I'm going to move this up. Looks like that is sort of blocking the path there. Okay, so next will be Atmos. Just going to call it Atmos. So Atmos speakers, good Atmos speakers, about the same, 8, but now you're paying per speaker again. So let's say about the same. And we need 4 of them. So again, 30 to 40. Now the all-important subwoofers. Now, if you're going cinema 40 or even 50, you can have 4 subwoofers. So I would recommend here that these are not going to be THX Ultra subs, but you can have 4 of them. So you can do DN12 times 4 at 80k, or you can go Ultra, but Ultra subs, guys, have Ultra prices. Ultra subs are around 80 to 100k. Yes, those are expensive. And then if you have 2 of them, it's times 2. So let's do the quick math calculator and see if we have any money left, or are we going to be broke and poor. So let's do 100k for our receiver. Let's do 90k for our front stage. Let's do 50k for our surrounds. Let's do another 50k for our Atmos. Yep, we are 250. So if we plus the 80k there for either 1 or 4, we are at 330k. What's 50k between friends? We are still in this ballpark. This will be an epic cinema. But if you are a die-hard audiophile or cinemaphile or whatever, it's going to leave you still, it's going to leave you wanting a bit more. Maybe some people might be happy there. I did all of these steps. I did this over time. And eventually you want to be here, which I could eventually, by all grace, be able to get there. This being my business, it's sort of what I do. So I need to have those kits to demo. I can't sell something to a client, which some people do, but I personally believe I can't sell you something if I do not have it, or I don't have that experience. I want to be able, if I sell you a system, I want you to listen to it. And I want you to know that I put my hard-earned money behind this system. So there's no BS. I would not sell you what I do not use myself, basically. Okay, so 500k to a bar. What do we do here? So I want to shoot big. You can use one of these receivers here. Nothing wrong. It can work. But I would add some power amplification. So if you power amp, but then you don't really need, well, depends. The Denon can do it. So if you add in 1 power amp, 1 power, big power amp sets you back around 60k. That's only 5 channels, so it's going to be the floors, which is fine on this. So there already you're on a 150 combo. So you can go that route. So that's, I'm just going to put you 150 for that combo, or you can go pre-pro. So let's go Morne's AV10 Power 10 that's coming out now. So we go Morne's AV10 and Power 10. These are 16 channel power, 15 channel on this. So what you can also do here, instead of going for the Denon 8500, is wait for the new Denon Beast to drop. Forgot the model number now. AH1, ADH1, I'll put it in the description, but you can go for that. I don't know the prices yet. I think it's going to be around 150 to 180. So you can leave the power amp and go for that combo and then still have 15 channels. Now, how would I go further on this? You can still use the THX speakers in this price range and just add more subs. So I'm going to do that, or you can up it to the next league in THX speakers. That will be like the Miller and Creasel 300s, which do require a power amp, which you will then have there. Or you can go something like the Klipsch BTS system, or many of the brands have big THX cinema speakers, too many to mention now. You can't get into Steinway here yet. Steinway is going to be the 3-bar setup, which we're not going to touch on today. So yeah, or you can go to big THX. What's this going to set you back? A lot. If you're going for something like the Miller and Creasel 300s, those are around 70k each, so about 210 MK. Or if you go BTS from Klipsch, you're going to be looking around 600k. Yes, these are expensive. So as you can see, this varies a lot. Guys, I see I'm writing small now. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. So maybe this whiteboard thing is going to be a waste. So just go off what I'm telling you. So if we're going surrounds, now we can go up to bigger THX. Big. And on those, they will set you back around the same. Please, there's never 12. 120 to 150. Okay. Okay, where are we now? Let's quickly, before we can add up, let's do subs. So here you'll be doing 2 times Ultra. And by Ultra, I don't necessarily mean SVS Ultras. You can do Miller and Creasel, their Dominus subs. You can do the SVS Ultras. Those are the 2 subs that come to mind to me. I know the guys in the States, you guys have more options. We are a bit limited, so those are the 2 go-to ones I go to. So 2 of those will set you back 150 to 300k. So let's quickly see, where are we now on the budget-o-meter. Let's go on the lower end, 150 to 10 and 120 and 150. Okay, so we went over. We are at 650. We can go one of these subs and add one later and come back down to 500. But then on the lower end, that will be your 500 system. So that will be a big Denon or a big Marantz receiver. You might be able to add 1 power amplifier for the floors. It will be a THX front stage on the smaller end. So it will be your entry MKs or Klipsch or Bowen Wilkins or Monitor Audio Synergies. The Ultra subwoofers, you'll be able to do 1 on that setup. And something we did not touch on is projection. Damn, I didn't think this 500k budget is going to be so difficult. So if we add in a projector, did we add one on the previous one? No, we didn't. So guys, on both of these, there's no projectors. So what I would do on this setup, running out of space to write. So actually on either of these, what I would do is a Epson. We call it the 9.4. You guys in the States, you call it a UB, what's it, 6050? Something like that. So those set you back around 50k. So 50k for that and for this. So again, it only adds about 50k to already something that's going to be a big budget spend, which is not too bad. If you want to up that, you'll be doing something like a JVC, and the JVC can set you back around 200k. Okay, now I've got no more place to write, so I'm not going to write anymore. So on the lower end on that system, I would say you can do 500. You're going to have to do a rough cost cutting because you still need wires as well. So I would say realistically, let's change this. Let's do this 600. Let's do this 600. Things have gotten so expensive, guys. A year back, 500 would be enough, but now 600. So let's quickly go on the big end. If you really want to ball out and have a killer cinema, let's start with AV10 Pre-Pro, 200k. Let's do, you can't do BTS, it's going to kill the system. Let's stick to like the THX on the Clips or the Bowers or the MKs, but let's go balls to the wall. We go full out. So we'll be spending 200, 150, let's call it 350. Now let's do the ultras. Let's see if we can. Let's do 300k. Now we've got two MK X15s or two SVS ultras. And now our projection for 200k. Yeah, and we are then at a bar, slightly over. So guys, that's basically it. I don't know if it makes any sense. I'm sure you guys could gather a bit of what's going on, but there's a lot of places you can cheat. If you want to go for a big cinema, you can do smaller surrounds. You can change them at a later point. You can add power amps as you go. This is completely scalable. You can have a big cinema and sort of start here and in time work your way there. And I promise you, when you get there, where you want to ultimately be, you'll be happy, but you are still always going to think of the back of your mind, what is more going to get you? I can tell you, because I experience these cinemas on a daily, it does get you increasements, but not as much as you would think, because from one bar to have an increase that you would notice, you have to double the budget. And for double the budget, you are expecting double the audio and video, and that's not what you're going to be getting. You might be getting a 10% increase, 20% at the most. When you start spending free bar, now you get to the Lindorfs. Now, again, it's an epic system. Guys, it's absolutely epic. But it's not 3 times that system. Might be 30% more. So it becomes to that point of diminishing returns as you get in anything in life. Cars as well. You buy a car, you buy yourself a Golf GTI. It's quick. Now you want to go faster. Now you have to get yourself into an M3. It's double the price. Now you want to go faster. Now you have to get yourself into a Porsche GT3 RS. It's 3 times the price. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You have to put on the pants that fit you. Don't try and chase the dragon. It's only going to make you upset and miserable. Get into where you're happy. Slowly build the systems. You will make mistakes along the way. That is where guys like me come in. Guys, my advice is free. If you guys want to know something, ask me. I don't get irritated. I enjoy what I do. I will help you out. Even if I'm not making a cent off of you. Just the joy that I know that you're getting into a good system and you did not need to waste your money the way I have in the past. I've done sideways moves. I've done backwards moves. Very seldomly I've gone forward in a straight shoot. It's been like this all the way, but at least I've gone like that. It's been an upwards trend slowly, but learn out of my mistakes, guys. Ask questions. The systems I did mention here are the ones I trust and that I've used and that I still use today. So they are pretty foolproof. All of these combos do work. Hope I didn't make you guys too, what's the right word? Distracted or not sure on what to do, I hope this did give a bit of insight. If it did, please hit that like and subscribe, share this video. Till the next one, cheers, bye.